This is one institution for which it takes a short course to obtain a certificate. For a medical doctor, it takes 7 years of in-depth study, 4 years to earn a degree, 2 years for a diploma. But with less than 6 months of counseling, 2 people can just tie the knot and start their lifelong journey. There are those who say that the short counseling period before marriage contributes to the increase in divorces in Ghana. Their reason is that the couple is not properly equipped to handle the challenges of marital life. GBC 24 set out to find out if this is really the case.
For richer and poorer, sickness and health, and to be faithful to her as long as you will, there shall be, if it is so, say, yes, I will.
Marriage is a lifetime decision, for better or for worse. Therefore, many believe it is important to be prepared adequately before tying the knot. The planning period takes months for some. This is because they want to get it right. The right attire, accessories, decor, food, and even colors for this unique occasion. Some believe that any mistake done in the run-up to the marriage can ruin the marriage forever. In Christianity, courting couples undergo a series of activities in preparation for the task ahead. One of these is counseling. The period varies from one church to another, and one is expected to be counseled for a maximum of 6 months. During this period, courting couples are taken through subjects such as communication skills, home management, parenting, and conflict resolution, among others.
Counseling, generally speaking, is a helping relationship between a counselor and a counselee. Previously, it was defined in terms of advice, but there's a problem in terms of the word advice, because then you are saying something that must necessarily be taken.
Premarital counseling is insurance against future problems.
On completion, the couple are then said to be ready for marriage. But what happens after this beautiful, colorful and well-planned event celebrated in the presence of family and friends? Many are unable to have a successful marriage due to the numerous hurdles they encounter with little or no help from friends and family. For some, the brief counseling period is inadequate to prepare them for the realities of marriage, whilst others believe counseling doesn't make a marriage, but rather the commitment of the partners.
I believe it is important because it's almost like some sort of orientation or grooming for the couple. And when you go through that, you prepared adequately. A lot of people enter marriages and then they are not adequately prepared because these are new roles that you have to take on.
Marriage is for a lifetime, and if you're going into it, you can't take just 3 months to prepare for a lifelong journey.
A person may go to the driving school and may come out and not necessarily apply all the things that he or she may have learnt in the driving school. Yet the driving school is an important place to groom people who want to drive in the busy streets of a metropolitan area. So the fact that you went to driving school doesn't mean that somebody will not drive into your car, or you may not skid off the road. You may have challenges, but it's important to have the basic knowledge, have the principles and the theory that helps you to know what to do in the event of any crisis on the road. So counseling is necessary, but it depends on the 2 individuals, how they apply it to make it work out.
According to Reverend Tetejama, because of the excitement of getting married, some pay little attention to the actual counseling.
If you counsel 10 prospective couples and then 9 had failure in marriage, I think you have to re-examine the knowledge and the skill that you're trying to impart. There are people that, because of the rush and the lack of patience, the things that are motivating them, you find that they are a little problematic, and you find a way of trying to caution them. Ethically, you can't tell them your marriage will fail, but you prompt them in certain ways that they should be cautious, they should go back and pray, And if they are insistent, then you go ahead, because each individual has a right under the Constitution to make a choice, whether good or bad.
Some marriages are dead on arrival. But it's your choice. An advisor is not a decision maker. So they want to marry, what can you do? They are so incompatible from the beginning. They are way apart in their thinking for every level, and they still want to come together because of feeling or opportunism.
Not much is said about post-marriage counseling when need be. As a result, most couples call on friends and other married couples for advice whenever they hit a brick wall. But one may ask, where is the marriage counselor?
You can't invade the privacy of anybody's home if you haven't been welcome.
GBC 24 came across a marriage clinic in Accra where couples are given further orientation to enrich their family lives. A marriage counselor said churches must do more for couples when they get married, since the real test begins from day one.
What I had suggested is for them to attach young couples to stable families, at least 4 or 5-year-old couples, and give them guidance.
For now, relationship experts advise that premarital counseling must begin right from the home as the child grows up.
We, the children, as we grow up, from our infancy must be what? Modeled in such a way as to know that, well, at the end of the day, marriage is also part of our lives. And that at the time that you are preparing for, yes, but we must be in tune with whatever, coached by the home, by the school, or wherever we are, in how to maintain these relationships that leads into marriage.
When you train a child, you should train the child as if the child is going to live with somebody one day. That is something that we haven't done in parenting. We train the kids for ourselves. So the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is icing on the cake. What churches and institutions and parents should do is to be directing the minds of young people towards good values of family life.
To cut down on the high numbers of divorce, experts advise Christians to hold on to Christ and anchor their marriages on Him.